Imagine dedicating years of your life to your dream job, only to discover that before you can even apply for your first airline job, you may need to spend well over 6 figures on flight training. Commercial aviation transports millions of passengers every day, and every one of those flights depends on highly trained professional pilots. However, most people would be discouraged from entering the industry due to financial barriers. As a flight instructor who's completed every major stage of flight training, I have personally experienced many of the financial and educational challenges pilots are facing today. My experiences have shown me that the greatest obstacle for many future aviators is not in their ability, but affordability. The increasing cost of flight training has made becoming a professional pilot financially inaccessible for many qualified individuals. Therefore, expanding financial assistance, strengthening mentorship programs, and increasing aviation opportunities are necessary to remove these barriers while encouraging faithful stewardship of God-given talents. Today I'll explain the growing financial barriers future pilots are faced with, discuss why these obstacles exist, and suggest practical solutions that can make aviation more accessible while honoring biblical principles. First, let's examine the problem itself. The increasing cost of flight training has become a significant barrier to entering the aviation profession. Pilot training can cost upwards of $100,000 from private pilot to airline career. Students pay tuition, aircraft rental, fuel, instructor time, knowledge tests, practical exams, and hundreds of flight hours. These financial demands discourage many qualified applicants from pursuing aviation despite possessing the desire to serve in the industry. Understanding the problem helps explain why so many aspiring pilots never reach the cockpit. Several factors have caused aviation to become one of the most financially demanding career paths. Aircraft ownership, maintenance, insurance, fuel, and instructor salaries continue to increase the cost of flight training. Many aviation expenses are not fully covered by traditional college financial aid, forcing students to rely heavily on private loans or personal savings. Many young people are never exposed to aviation careers early enough to pursue scholarships, mentorship opportunities, or affordable training pathways. Although these obstacles are significant, practical solutions already exist. America should invest in expanding opportunities for future professional pilots. Increasing scholarships and financial aid would allow qualified students to pursue aviation regardless of their background. Expanding aviation education in high schools, community colleges, and universities would expose more students to aviation careers earlier in life. Strengthening mentorship through organizations, university programs, and airline pathway partnerships could improve student success while reducing unnecessary barriers. Scripture teaches us to believe Scripture teaches believers to develop the gifts God has entrusted to them faithfully. In Matthew 25, verse 14 through 30, Jesus commends servants who wisely invest their talents. Let's remember why this issue matters. We examined how the rising cost of flight training has become a significant barrier for aspiring pilots, explored the reasons these barriers exist, and discussed practical solutions through expanded financial assistance, aviation education, and mentorship. When people are prevented from pursuing aviation solely because of financial obstacles, society loses talented professionals who could safely serve millions of people. Expanding opportunities for aspiring pilots promotes stewardship, diligence, and faithful use of abilities God has given each person. Every airline captain once sat in the cockpit of a small training airplane, wondering whether the dream would ever come true. By removing unnecessary financial barriers today, we help ensure that tomorrow's pilots are chosen by their character, ability, and dedication, not by the size of their bank account.